Hello, friend. This is Ryan Hicks of TaughtToProfit.com, and today I want to talk to you about trusting other people. There's an old story that's been told by a number of people in a number of different ways, but it's a very interesting story. It's kind of a parable, and it's this, that when you trust other people, at the end of your life, you're going to have two buckets. One of them's going to be a real tiny bucket with all the times people have cheated you and double-crossed you and took advantage of you. But the other bucket is a massive bucket filled with all the successes and prosperity and abundance that you received because of your trusting and kind nature. One of the biggest errors people can make is to think because they've been hurt by other people that they need to pull within themselves and shut other people out. And I'm sure you've heard people say, well, I just don't know. I have a hard time trusting people because so-and-so did this, or my father did this, or my mother did this, or somebody did something bad to them, or multiple people did things bad to them, and they don't feel they can trust other people. But that's the exact wrong approach to take in life, because then you shut out opportunity. You shut out the blessings of God. You shut out abundance. You shut out prosperity because you're hindering all the people you have to interact with to receive those blessings. Instead, you need to turn it around. Instead of just blaming all the other people who've done you wrong, and we're not taking away from their wrongdoing, but you can't control that. What you can control is you, how you react, how you think, how you interact with the world. The first thing to do is to say, well, wait, why am I interacting with people that are constantly cheating me and doing wrong and taking advantage of me? What am I doing wrong that is putting me in the environment with these people? Why am I choosing to do business with people who are doing wrong to me? Because at some point you have to realize you have some responsibility. No, you're not responsible for their actions, but you are responsible for whatever puts you in the position to be taken advantage of by them in the first place. And it's not by trusting people. I'm very trusting of people, but I don't get involved with people who I know are going to cheat me. I don't do business with people who are not trustworthy and ethical and honest. Now, in the past, I've made mistakes. For example, I had a very large deal, and my business partner and I were buying all this inventory, enough to fill up a store, from this individual. This individual is very highly regarded. They had sold online in various businesses and done various things, very respected, great reputation, pristine. Now, my gut said that intuition, that still small voice in my spirit, this infinite intelligence that we're connected to through God, through the intelligence that's in every cell of your body, I had that just still small voice saying, you need to go and in person check this inventory. You need to examine it in person. And my business partner said, well, that's another $1,000 and you have to go there. It's going to take days to go there and then pick up the inventory. It'd be easier to just have it all shipped to us. We'll just pay him and not worry about it. And I went against that intuition, that intelligence telling me, you need to check this stuff out. And when we got the inventory, every single bit of it was garbage. And I don't mean garbage as if it wasn't the best. It was junk, broken, trashed out, garbage. Literally one item out of all of it, enough to fill a store, was actually usable. And actually that one item wasn't even worth anything. So we were 100% lost on that. Now, you could get mad at that individual for cheating you, ripping you off. And what happened was that individual, in this particular case, had a pristine record. They were well known. They were respected among people. But their last ditch effort, we didn't know this and no one knew this at the time, they were cheating a bunch of people because they were using that reputation they'd built to go and cheat a bunch of people because they were losing their house. So they were cheating people left and right, sending them garbage inventory in order to be able to build up some income where they had dwindled their business away, but people weren't privy to this information. But the problem was not that individuals cheating us. The problem was me not going with my intuition, that intelligence, that God giving you the still small voice of instruction. And I didn't heed that. Now I do. And there's still a chance that somebody could cheat me or I could be misled. But it's not going to be because I ignored that wisdom coming from within. And so my encouragement to you today is there may be people that cheat you. You may have been cheated in your life, but don't become untrusting. Don't become somebody who shrinks away from other people and is suspicious and overly cautious. Yes, you need to do due diligence. You need to be wise about who you associate with. You need to make sure they have a good reputation. But if you have that still small voice and just a knowing that you shouldn't go through with the transaction or with the deal or with being around someone, becoming friends with somebody or whatever it may be, or that you should do those things, whatever it may be, follow that leading. As the scripture says, many as are led by the Spirit of God, they are the sons of God. This is very important. We don't have all the facts. See, in that situation I was in, my business partner was in, we didn't have all the facts. We did not know this individual who had this great reputation was hemorrhaging money and was hurting financially and was desperate and was willing to throw away their reputation of many, many years, many decades, in order to just get a little bit of money. And not a little bit of money, it was actually a lot, but for what he was willing to do, it was a little bit of money. He was willing to just throw away his entire lifetime of reputation that you can't recover from. He'll never be able to recover from that. And probably got prosecuted with other people who pursued the matter, but I couldn't have known that information. He wasn't blasting it out to everybody. Hey, listen, I'm having real hard trouble financially, so I'm going to cheat you. Of course he wasn't saying that. And the people who are going to mislead you and cheat you and do wrong to you are not going to tell you this. And you may not have the ability to even find the information to know what's really going on. And this is where you have to follow that inner guidance of the Spirit. When God leads you and guides you in all truth, He gives you that wisdom and He leads you away from something wrong. He orders your steps. This is what you have to understand. This doesn't mean you throw away due diligence and you're just waiting for God to give you some wisdom, because He certainly does not reward sloth and laziness and refusal to be diligent in the matter. But if you are doing what you can and you're really trying to get all the information you can about a business partner or someone you're going to be friends with or whatever it may be, a deal, make sure you're open to the wisdom from God, that He'll give you that wisdom, and be open and willing to do what you need to do. Don't just say you're open to God giving you guidance and then not taking it. And be clear, if you keep having this hunch or intuition or gut feeling, whatever you want to call it, still small voice, whatever you want to call that intelligence from God, that wisdom that He gives liberally to all men if you'll just but ask, make sure you listen. Don't just say you're willing to hear and then don't follow through. Listen, follow it, be wise. You can't know everything, and you can't avoid all situations of apparent wrongdoing or apparent harm coming to you, because many times those bad situations lead to something good or something better than what you're actually trying to get out of the situation. But there's no reason to get into needless harm, needless problems, things that you could have avoided. If you couldn't have avoided it, you had no intuition, no idea of any problem, and you went through with something, or no idea something could have worked out very well, and you didn't go through with it, that's all right. But if you have that knowing, and you don't follow it, and you don't heed it, then unfortunately you're going to pay the consequences. And you can yell and blame the other people who did wrong to you, or you can say, you know what? I have responsibility here because I chose to put myself in this situation. Yes, the other person didn't give me all the facts, or they left out facts that I need to know in order to make a wise decision. But in the end, I made the decision. And this creates a better situation for you, because no longer are you in unforgiveness and anger toward other people. You're not closing up and closing in, just staying within yourself and not trusting anyone else anymore, and afraid to trust people because they might hurt you again. Instead, You're one that's open to new transactions, open to opportunity, open to new people. And yet you have the wisdom of God on your side to make sure you're protected and your steps are ordered and you're walking in wisdom and guidance and you're making the right decisions. So my friend, I pray this is a blessing for you. May God bless you richly.